Welcome to Teamrocketgarage. We have a whole bunch of stuff to talk about here. So, firstly, if you like my videos, like them, subscribe, share them. Good time for everybody. But today, I'm going to go through and show you all of the cars. All of them. And we'll talk about why none of them are running right now, which is just so annoying. But yeah, without further ado, let's hop into it. And if you like any particular car, comment below, let me know. I'll be happy to make more videos about those. Here we go. So first up is the Jeep, the ZJ. We've made some videos on this thing, and it's just been pulling kind of daily duty. Got some toilet paper, some dog food back here. We just went to the store in it. It's in really miraculous condition, except for the transfer case slips, so we can still drive it. But yeah, it is on daily duty, and you'll see why. That's why it's all dirty. But yeah, we put a factory replacement amp in there, and then some speakers in the doors. Just been enjoying it. It has a pretty hefty transmission leak. That's why it's parked on this side of the driveway. This is where all the broken cars go. So yeah, the ZJ's in really good shape. There's some rust stuff underneath, but it really is like a sight to behold in her prime, you know. So ideas for what we want to do with it: a slight lift, bigger tires maybe, but it's pretty good off-road, and the idea is for it to be off-road and potentially carry kids around if or when should that happen. All right, moving on to something that I care a lot more about. This is my P71 Crown Victoria. It's a 2010 I got with a bad transmission. I replaced the transmission, and now the transmission is dead again 10,000 miles later. So my motivation has been swept away pretty heavy. I did the Mustang wheels. It's got Falcon all seasons on it. Love the Falcon Zeke series tires. We've got ADTR sway bars and factory duals, but I added 26-inch cherry bombs. They're Thrush ones, but yeah. And then we've got I guess I could open the door. Here we go. So now I just stopped driving this right in the middle of everything because of the transmission issue, but we've got Mustang RTR floor mats, Chrysler 300 center console, which actually works really well. We've got subs in the back, so I added the sub amp level. We got a touch screen in there. She's got 137,000 miles, no big deal. And the steering wheel's pretty chewed up, so I just added this black steering wheel cover. Windshield is broken. Nothing too crazy. It is a really nice car. Limited slip works really good. All this, that, and the other. But realistically, it comes down to this car underneath. A little bit rusty. It's hard to work on down there, and this was supposed to replace my need for a town car, but with the oh my gosh, what am I even talking about? With the transmission broken again, I think I'm just gonna park this, leave it alone, and get a town car. I do have a ton of parts piled up for this, so I need a 2005 or newer Lincoln Town Car. So if you know of one in red or blue or granite, I'll consider black, but like the white or silver, I just don't really want to deal with it. Just too basic for me. And the wheels that I have won't really match that color. So, anyways, yeah, this is the Crown Vic. It's, nothing really special. It's pretty rusty underneath, and I did modify the taillights, which I think looks super gangster, but I didn't put enough paint, so you can see a difference in the white there, and then the light actually still comes through the paint here, which is just kind of meh, you know. So anyways, that's kind of it for that. All right, the boat. Probably spent about 45 seconds on this, so if you don't like the boat, just skip forward. The boat is a 1965 Sears model with a Sears trailer and a Sears ordered West Bend 45 horsepower motor. I got it, ruined it, and now it needs, I put a new impeller in it, but now the carburetor needs rebuilt. So we're probably just going to run through all the vacuum and fuel lines, everything like that, and just get her back to back to basics. And then, yeah, this motor's been so unreliable that we have a trolling motor there because I don't think this has ever gotten us back to shore. It consistently gets us away from shore though, so that's nice. All right, so this is Martha. Many of you are very familiar with Martha. Martha's a big part of my channel. Martha, if you don't know, is my 1977 Ford F-250 camper special. And she was my truck 9 years ago. I bought her, sold her. Well, I traded for her, sold her, bought her, sold her, and now she's back. So this is my third time owning Martha. Now, Martha is in the middle of a lot of stuff right now. This engine desperately needs valve seals and a timing chain. So that's where we're at. But we got a few other little surprises coming in, which should be pretty exciting. But yeah, nothing crazy for that. Now, Martha is rough. She's in rough shape, but she'll come back. You see the seats worn through there. There's holes in the floor on the other side. But she's a 400 modified, 4-speed, Dana 60. So she's a tough old girl, and she's gonna come back. She's treated me pretty good. We've got the intake off here. I need to clean that, but I've got some time to not focus on this for the moment because I'm waiting on some parts from Amazon. So thank you so much, Amazon, for your fast delivery. Maybe. Now to the town car. The town car is, I don't know what's the town car. The town car is a 1988 Lincoln Town Car Cartier. It has the two-tone, I believe this is the platinum silver, and it's a nice little rig here. You got the Cartier, but it sits on the trailer here, and we've got this wire hanging down here because we can't get the factory ECU to trigger the fuel pump with the key on. So in order to run it, we've got a Holley Terminator standalone in here. See the Holley Terminator right there. And yeah, so we've got the Holley Terminator standalone in there running a 400 horsepower 5-liter engine. Now, this engine doesn't make 400 horsepower because it's not tuned and it's just hooked up to all the Lincoln crap. But the engine in the next car we'll talk about needs cam bearings, and it's a 285 wheel horsepower motor. This is a 400 horsepower crank motor. I think I'm going to put this in that other car. That's a funny look. Put this in that other car and then put that engine in here because I already have a tune for that engine, and that engine will be much happier with just like and stock AOD. Yeah, anyways, the town car is pretty nice. It's got a dent on the other side and a little bit of rust, but yeah, I really love town cars. I don't know if you guys could tell, but yeah, this has 127,000 original miles on it, and I got it from somebody who bought it from the original owner, but they never registered it. So technically I'm the second owner. It's rough around, but it's a good looking car. I'll give you guys the walk around here. It's got the power trunk pull down. You can see the paint here has just been getting worse and worse. Yeah, not too bad. And then you can see kind of the rust over here, and then there's a dent here by the fuel tank. So if you look right there, it's not perfectly, but whatever, you know, whatever. Now of course we got the top there that's just shredded to pieces, but yeah, not a big deal. I really like this car a lot. I'd love to do something with it, but time, effort, money, you know, all that. So next car, the Fox Body Mustang. Now this car needs cam bearings, but I built this entire thing myself. Aside from the engine, I built the entire thing with all new parts except for the engine. I bent the brake lines, I made the wiring harness, everything. So this is a 5-liter engine. And I tried to polish the intake and I decided, well, that's just stupid and takes too much time, so I stopped. But yeah, we've got silicone hoses, MSD ignition, Holley Terminator X in this one as well. We've got a V6 Mustang Master and booster. We've got Honda Civic sprayer right here that'll spray the radiator with those just to kind of cool the radiator down. We've got a Volvo power steering pump, 3G alternator upgrade. Trying to think of what else. Oh yeah, and then like a big old cam for the in an Explorer motor. So and then we got 19-pound injectors that are like 92% 92% labor rate or whatever. So less than ideal, not horrendously terrible either. So yeah, but this just a little bit of a spaghetti mess. This is the first car I ever like really built. Like this was to challenge myself. So yeah, what'll happen with this car, we're probably going to throw that other motor from the town car in this and then put this in the town car just for now, because this is tuned and makes power but still needs cam bearings. So yeah, that is this motor. Let's take a look at the inside. Follow us on social. So this is the original door panel to the car. It has blue interior. We've got the original steering wheel here, but we've got NRG Prisma pink seats. We've got a factory saline, well, dealer saline roll bar. This was a bolt-in, but I just converted to a weld-in. Oh, yeah. Oh, these seats are comfortable. All right. Yeah, we got a tachometer here, and then I do have a speedo cable somewhere in here with the intention of running a speedometer. And I have a speedometer somewhere. I just haven't put it in. We've got a horn here on the turn signal. And I forgot that everything in here is just like live. Yeah. And we've got our switch panel here, underglow, interior glow, ECU, which is of course that Terminator X. And then we've got our brakes on a switch. So the brakes are not powered through engine vacuum. The brakes are powered through a vacuum pump, which means that I can use them even without the engine on. We've got our stereo system right here. And stereo is questionable in a car like this, but in this car, this stereo weighs 6.5 pounds. So really not a ton of weight added. We got our fuel pump on a switch. And then we've got USBs kind of all over. We've got one there, one right here, and then in the back corners as well. This car is for, I don't know what this car is for. Like, it was initially intended to be a drift car. So we've got a hydro e-brake right here and dual calipers in the rear. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Gosh, let's see. Well, I'm not even going to take that off because I'm afraid to get stuff on the seat. So one thing that I thought was really ingenious though is I took this, I think this is 2x2, and I cut it into a quarter and I mounted it with this track cut into it. So I can adjust the position of this hydro e-brake. So like where it's at is a little far forward, like my arm is reached like perfectly straight. So maybe if it was like right here, I just didn't want it to get in the way of like shifting, you know? So anyways, it's a really cool Scotty D. I paid a lot of money just for the handle. Well, I mean, I could have gotten the Willwood reservoir and stuff, but I bought the Scotty D kit because it's Mustang specific with all the fittings, and it's got this cool Pikachu tail style handle, which I just thought is really badass. We've got Corbeau racing harnesses. I cheaped out a little on the passenger one. This the driver one is a padded one, so a little bit more comfortable. Obviously I'll spend more time in here than passengers will, so just a little bit extra. The car's got BBK headers on it, BBK H-pipe and Flowmaster 40s, I believe. Yeah, not a big deal, but it does sound pretty chunky. I'll link an exhaust clip to this car idling here in the description below because I don't have the key with me. We've got the Energy Prisma pink toe point, but I just mounted it as a oh shit handle. The car is on CP or Circuit Racing CP 19s with Cosmo Mucho Macho 265 35 18s all the way around. We've got the dual caliper in the rear, and the front is a 13-inch Cobra rotor and caliper. And this is single-handedly the coolest thing that I own, but on to some of the other cool things. All right, my Nissans, both of them. We have a 94 Sentra XE 1.6 manual and a 240 SX. Let's focus on the Sentra first. Now the Sentra was my daily driver before it got hit right here, and they don't make parts for these, so yeah. Oh, I should check and see if that battery is still good. It's disconnected. I did the right thing. So this car is on TDM coilovers and Borbet 14s. The 14s, I like the look of the 14 on the car. I don't know if I love these 14s, plus they're a little bent up. We have a fender for the car in the car and a hood right here. I didn't do the design on that hood. It's just what I had, you know, what I could find. Yeah, and then we've got the 240 here on Teen Masterflex coilovers, drag DR19s, pretty much stock other than a stereo and a sub. So anyways, whatever cars you like, let me know in the comments. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day.